Okay, ready?
All aboard the
So
struggle bus.
excited.
I love this drink, so of
All
course
aboard.
I'm excited. All right, guys, all aboard the struggle bus. Woo-woo!
Ready? All right.
There she is.
Road tripping.
Road tripping with the
Going
struggle
on a
bus.
road trip. I'm ready. I got my bag packed. I got peanut. I got snacks. I got my sunglasses and sunscreen, and I'm ready to go.
Sunscreen. We're going to West Virginia, though. And
Okay.
it's like wintertime.
Well, let's go. When do we leave? When do we get on the bus?
Right now, we're doing it right now.
Okay, where's the bus?
Okay, so it's a figurative bus, and it's figuratively the bar, not a literal bus. So this is our struggle bus today. So you probably don't need all of this.
We're not going on a trip
Well,
out of town?
we already did, and now we're going to make our struggle bus old-fashioned.
Oh.
Sorry, you misread the memo. She didn't get the memo. That's all right. That's all right. So welcome back to the Revival Social Club. My name is Mike Stojic. That was Malia Christie, and at some point she'll make her way back here. But we're going to do something that we're super excited about. It's our Struggle Bus Old Fashioned, and the reason we're so excited about this drink is because after 4 years, we've been working really hard to do our own Revival barrel pick program. And if you're into bourbon and you're into whiskey, then you totally know what a barrel pick is. And so essentially what we did was we took our staff to West Virginia, to the Smooth Ambler distillery, where we were able to sample 6 different barrels of some of their best Old Scout bourbon. And then from those 6, we chose our favorite, which also happened to be one of the most unique bourbons that they had.
Yeah, it definitely was. Just a little backstory. I know Mike, mentioned that this is our struggle bus. And just to give a little backstory, whenever we take the staff on trips, we have to rent, a big van or something, and we all pile in, and it's usually earlier in the morning than a bartender ever is used to.
Yeah, like 10 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. And everyone
Which is
comes
real
in,
early
their
for
hair
us.
is all crazy, and we always stop at Sheetz, and we get snacks for the road, and I buy scratch-off tickets for all the staff, and I pass them out, and I'm like, here, kids, here you go. And then we're like, struggle bus, let's go.
And we get on the road and we go do cool stuff. So,
Yeah.
so continuing education is real important for us at Revival. That's why we take the staff on different trips to distilleries and other really great craft cocktail bars so we can continue learning and honing in our skill. And with this particular one, we got to work with the distillery to pick our very own barrel bourbon, or barrel pick bourbon from Smooth Ambler. It's Old Scout.
Yes.
And so, God, that was a mouthful. So what we also did to sort of commemorate in that is create an old fashioned that we call the Struggle Bus Old Fashioned, which Malia is going to make right now. Why wait any longer? Let's just get right into it.
Why wait? Since
Because it's
we're
a
not
fantastic drink.
going anywhere, we might as well stay
No,
here
we're in
and
the
drink.
figuratively, life is always a struggle bus, I think.
Sure is.
So,
Speak for yourself,
there
buddy.
we go. So,
All right, so here we go. Okay, ready?
all aboard the
So
struggle bus.
excited.
I love this drink, so of
All
course I'm
aboard.
excited.
So you can tell I'm going to talk them through it.
Well, yeah, you're gonna make the drink.
I'm making the drink and you're doing the talking.
So this
Like
bourbon
always.
is, if like I get excited about bourbon. Well, you get excited about bourbon too.
I get very excited
So
about
what we
bourbon.
have here is a 5.5-year-old bourbon. That for the most part it was sourced, but it was for the most part aged in the West Virginia rick house out of Maxwellton, I always
West Virginia.
think Middleton, but Maxwellton, West Virginia. 5.5 years old. But what's really unique about it is that it yielded such a small amount of barrels or bottles. Bottles. Typically, you're going to get something closer to 220, 240 maybe on the bottle count out of a barrel.
Yeah.
But this one only yielded 168.
Yeah.
So what that allowed the whiskey to do is, well, there's less volume of whiskey or bourbon in that barrel, so you got much more surface area of the barrel. So what you end up with is a very robust, very full-bodied, flavorful whiskey because of how little volume there really is mingling with the wood.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell if you put any of the other Old Scout bottles that we have or the Old Scout picks, those bottles up next to this one is significantly darker in color.
the color and the flavor, I mean, it's just so robust and got so much full body. The other thing that's really neat is it's a char level 4.
Yep.
And if you know anything about that, that's the highest level char count that a whiskey or a bourbon barrel goes under. So you get something that's got a very nice smoky a flavor to it, or smoky profile to it.
Definitely, definitely. So we had 2 ounces of it. And just like with an old fashioned, we're going to do a bar spoon of demarera. That's a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup. And then for our bitters, we're using Crude Bitters. It's out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And this is Crude's Big Bear Bitters, which is coffee and cocoa. And you get a lot of cocoa and chocolate notes from this pick that we did, so we thought this one would go nicely.
Yeah, so Craig is a good friend of ours, so if you have an opportunity to check him out or buy some of his bitters, you absolutely should. We love using his products because they are pretty amazing. But it does. So this bourbon had some really great chocolate notes, especially on the finish, and to really play on that, we pulled some of his Big Bear bitters to mix in, to really emphasize some of those cool coffee chocolate notes from the bourbon.
Those are the only bitters we use. We don't do no mango, no orange bitters. All right, so let's give it a stir.
It's like driving the old struggle bus right down the road, you know, stirring it right off the cliff.
This is just the beginning of the end here.
The beginning of the greatness. This is a fantastic drink.
All right.
And I'll say this, because it's unlikely you're going to find this bottle because it's sold out and it made such small amounts. But if you want to recreate this, I mean, obviously buy the Big Bear Bitters from Crude.
Yes.
But you just find a really nice, robust bourbon that's got some chocolate notes to it, and you're going to get something very close to what we're creating right here. So it doesn't have to be this.
Here we go. And the coup de grace.
The way we finish it all
Everyone's
off.
favorite.
A slice of bacon.
Bacon.
It's so good. Think bourbon, chocolate, bacon. What? It's all in the glass. And that's really it.
So that's our creation. That's the Revival Struggle Bus Old Fashioned.
Yep. Thanks everyone for joining us on our Struggle Bus adventure.
Thank you.
Through memory lane. It was so much fun. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you make one at home. And again, if you don't have this,
yes,
I feel bad for you.
So sad.
But if you don't, get yourself a really great robust bourbon with some fantastic chocolate notes, and you will be able to make your own very own Struggle Bus Road Old Fashioned.
Struggle Bus Old Fashioned.
Until the next departure.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. See ya.